Welcome to today's video. In the previous video, we looked at the construction of a one-point perspective drawing, and I hope that you had found the video useful and you were able to complete the drawing. Now, in today's video, we'll be continuing the perspective drawing, and the perspective drawing that we'll be looking at today is a two-point perspective drawing. All right. Now, the green drawing on the two drawings on the left of the screen is labeled plan and front elevation. The plan is for the drawing above, and the front elevation is a label for the drawing below that has a L shape. So it is this drawing that you see here represents an object, and we're going to be drawing the object in two-point perspective. So the drawing that is on the screen presently on the left, the two set of drawings, is a third angle projection drawing of the object. The object has the shape of an L, right? The letter L. All right. So we're moving from this drawing, this given drawing, this two-dimensional drawing drawn in third angle projection, to a three-dimensional drawing. And the three-dimensional drawing that we're drawing today is the two-point perspective. Now, the first thing that I'm going to draw is the ground line, right? The ground line. So let me start here. Anywhere, any length. This would be a construction line. So the length doesn't matter. All right. Press enter. Let us label that as a ground line. Okay. So we use our text command. Start point. Let us label it. All right. Let us move up this line a little bit so we can see it a little bit better. All right. Good. All right. Let us label it now. Text. Take off our snap. All right, so this is ground line. All right, and we can leave it on the other side too. Ground line. The ground line represents the ground plane, right? So we label it ground line. All right, so that's all. Ground line to represent the ground plane. So the first thing that we're gonna be doing to start the two-point perspective drawing is to draw the front elevation that is shown on the in the green drawing right here in the shape of an L. We're going to reproduce this drawing on the ground line, right? All right, so let us go construction line. All right, so we're going to start here. There, 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 there. Good. Right, good job if you have that so far. So what we'll be doing is for the first step of drawing the two-point perspective, we'll be drawing the front elevation as shown on the ground line. The next thing we're going to do, we're going to establish our vertical line, right? Now I'm going to change the color of that vertical line, and I'm going to call it, I'm going to select this one. So this would be a red line. Let me turn on. So I'm going to go line, using the line command. Select here, going up, about there, enter, right? So that's the first step there. All right, I'm gonna move up the drawing. I'm gonna move up the drawing. So let me move the drawing. I select all of this using our lasso to select them. Enter. Select our base point. So we're using the move command. All right. Good. So we're gonna pan this coming down. I don't wanna see the right. So let us okay. All right. So the next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna draw the picture plane line, right? With a construction line. I'm gonna change our layer. Gonna go back to the default layer, right? I'm gonna draw a line, a horizontal line, any distance, any length, right? So let's draw a horizontal line here to represent the picture plane, any length. But we're just gonna keep it consistent with the length of the ground line that was before, right? So let's label that text. Text command. Select our starting point there. The height of 6. Alright, so I said this was a picture plane. I'm gonna label it over here too so you can follow. Picture plane. Alright. Alright, we have a extra character in there. Let's take it out. Escape. Let's fix it. Right, so we need to backspace and get rid of that. Right. Alright, picture plane. So a typographical error. We have typed the PP a while ago to represent the picture plane. All right, so we have drawn our front elevation. We have drawn the vertical line. We have our ground line to represent the ground plane. We have established our picture plane, right? So where this red line, this vertical red line intersects our picture plane, we'll be drawing the plan on it at a given angle. The angle can be any angle, but we'll be choosing 30 degrees for today's video. All right, so me use line here, there, there, there. Enter. All right. All right, we're drawing this edge here. So what we have drawn a while ago is this edge, this edge, this edge in the plan view. Right? What we'll be drawing is this green line that's not selected. So let us go line, enter. Simple as that. Right? Good job if you're following so far. All right, so into this angle, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna rotate the angle. So I'm gonna rotate the plan view. Select my objects. Enter objects to represent the plan, which are the 5 lines. So we click here as the base point, and the rotational angle that I want is 30 degrees. Or 30. All right, 30 degrees. Enter, right? Good. Good job. So I've used the rotate command to rotate it at 30 degrees. So this angle can be any angle, but in today's video we're using 30 degrees. Okay, we'll be inserting the 30 degree angle, and we're selecting the angular icon under the dimension icons. It's asking us to select the first line. So we select this line, second line, this line. There's a 30-degree angle, and we place it where we want the dimension to be placed. So there it is, 30 degrees. All right. Now, the next thing is to establish where the station point would be. Now I'm going to locate 3 points. 3 points. So let me use the point command there. So I'm going to say use the turn on the snap there. Enter. There. Enter. There. Enter. All right. So let me move this up a little bit. We'll move. Enter. I'll go again. Enter. Select this. Enter. Base point. There. We're going to move it up. Move it back here. All right. So we have 3 points. Let me label them for you. So we're going to use the text command. All right. So take off our snap. So let me label this for you. 1, 2, 3. All right. So what I did a while ago, from the corner of the plan drawn at at a 30-degree angle, I have 3 points. Let me label here again for the third point. So this is 3. Right. So I have 3 possible locations for the station point. So the station point could be at 1, which is there, or 2, or 3, right? Now, if you put the station point at 1, where the marker is at 1 right here, the station point will be too close to the object, right? If you put the station point at point 3, it will be too far, right? So station point with the label 2 would be the best location for the station point, right? All right, so you can actually delete these points because we'll not be using those. Just was explaining, so we can delete these. Delete, right? And then we can change this label because we're going to use it as a station point. Good. All right. All right. So ready now. What we'll be doing now, we'll be drawing a parallel line to this side that is highlighted from the station point to intersect the picture plane. Now, if you were using drawing instruments, you would use two set squares to draw this line parallel, this selected line parallel from the station point. Or you would have used a t-square and a 30-degree set square. But because we're doing it using drawing using AutoCAD, what I'll use is the copy command and extend it if it is not long enough to intersect the picture plane. So listen again. The next step is to draw a line that is parallel to the selected line from the station point, which is parallel to this selected line to intersect the picture plane line. Let me show you. So I go copy, Select my base point, and then I move it here. Press enter. Good. Now it's it's not tall enough, so I'm going to use the extend command. All right, there it is. Press enter. Now I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So same process. Select this line, copy base point on the station point, enter. Then we're going to use the extend command to extend the line to intersect the picture plane. Good. So good job if you have that so far. Good. Let me move the station point a little bit closer to the station point down there. So I'm gonna go move, enter, select the displacement point. Okay, a little bit better. Good. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna draw a horizontal line to represent the horizon. So I'm gonna use my line, turn on my snap on ortho, and I select my horizontal line right here. It can be any length. It's a construction I enter. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm going to label the horizontal line using my text command. Alright, so this is the horizontal line to represent the horizontal plane. Alright, so horizontal line. Alright. Now, the next step is to, I'm gonna move this away from the horizontal line so we can see that a little bit better. Turn off my ortho. Alright. Now, the next step is to draw a vertical line from where this horizontal line intersects the picture plane. So I'm gonna go line, intersection, turn on my ortho, enter. This point would represent my vanishing point. So let me label it vanishing point. Text, using the text command. All right. So I'm gonna put it here. Let me turn off my snap. Turn off my snap. Clear all. Oh, hold on. I could turn it here. Oh, it doesn't matter. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna label it. Start it here. I'm gonna label it vanishing point 1. So that is VP 1, vanishing point on the right. All right, so this point, let me use my point command to point to be right here. Let me turn on about my snap. All right, so let me label to this as a point there. Right, so there's my marker. Right, that's vanishing point 1. Gonna do the same thing on this side to the left of the station point. I'm gonna draw a construction line from here. Turn on my ortho. Enter. I'm gonna label this point vanishing point 2, which is a vanishing point to the left of the station point. So I'm gonna label that. Alright, again, let me turn off the snap. Alright. So let me label right here vanishing point. I selected my start position. VP2, vanishing point on the left relative to the station point location. All right, next step now, we're going to draw construction lines from the front elevation that we drew first and draw them horizontally to intersect the red line. So we go line, line, turn on my ortho here, intersection, enter, line again, enter. So what we have now is a corner of the 2-point perspective drawing. So let me show you. The next step now, we're going to draw from these corners to the vanishing point 1. So we go here to there. We can turn off our ortho command if we want. There, enter, line, enter. All right. We're going to do the same thing to vanishing point 2 from these heights, which we got from the front elevation. So the purpose of the front elevation that we drew here was to get the height in the 2-point perspective drawing, right? So the only purpose for this drawing, the front elevation, is to get the height. All right, so we're going to go line, enter to the top. We're going to go line, right, enter. On this side, we'll only see a rectangle on this side, right? So what you want to do now, want to establish how long, what is the length for the front part here on the 2 points perspective, and what is the width going along here in the 2-point perspective, right? So what I want to do first is establish a length for these. How long is the front elevation on this side of the 2-point perspective? So to get that, what we do, I'm going to change the layers. All right, so let me change construction to construction. All right, let me choose the curve. We're not going to be using the curve, so we can use that layer. We're going to choose green. Okay, then we're going to make this layer current. So we're going to double click on it. Right, it's now current. There's a check mark. So we have selected the curve command, and if you look up here, we can see that the curve command is selected up there. All right, so what we're gonna do now, we're gonna draw lines from the station point to the corners of the plan view. So we go line from the station point. That's where you're looking from there. Enter, right? Where this line intersects the picture plane, When you project it down vertically, it will give you the length of the side, which will be showing the front elevation in the 2-point perspective. So we're going to go line, intersection here. Let's turn on ortho. Right. Enter. Good. Now we're going to repeat the same process. So we go line from the station point to this corner here. Press enter. Where this line, the second green line that we drew a while ago, intersects the picture plane, we're going to drop a perpendicular line coming down. So let's do that. Line. All right, so we go enter. All right. So let me darken this side for you so I can go to my layers. We're gonna choose outline or outline, outline here. All right, so let me draw it for you. So we go line. So what I'll be doing is darkening up the finished product. So we go up. Can turn off ortho. There. Turn on back on ortho. Forget to get this one. Uh, there. 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 Press enter. Right. So that's the front elevation on this side. We're gonna repeat the same process for the other sides for the two perspective drawings. So we're gonna be doing this side here, right, which would be the end view. So what we'll do the same procedure that we did to get the length of the front elevation. So I'm gonna choose change from the outline layer to the curve layer because that line is thinner. We'll be using it as a construction line. So we go from the station point to the end there, enter. Where this line intersects the picture plane line here, we're going to drop a perpendicular to intersect the drawing being drawn down here, these two lines here. Right, so we can establish the end elevation in the two, as it is represented in the 2-point perspective drawing. All right, so let's go now. We're going to draw a vertical line coming down. So we go line. All right, undo, line, undo. So repeat again, line. And what I'm going to do is going to trim off this extra line coming down beyond the base of the 2-point perspective there. There. Enter. All right. Okay, so let's darken up the drawing now. We're gonna change the layer to outline, which is thicker. So we go line. So from here to there, to there, to there. Enter. Right? If I was to change these green lines, you'll see. Or let me change the color of the the, out, the outline or the color of the curve to maybe yellow. Be a little bit clearer, right? So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna draw the top now, right? So I'm gonna go back to my default layer so I can draw a construction line, the white line. I will go from here to the vanishing point one, enter, right? And we want to establish the top. So we go again, line from this corner to the vanishing point two, enter, right? Likewise down this corner. So we go line, go line, construction line, enter, right? We can also draw a construction line from this point to this point, enter. Now, when we draw this line from the intersection of this point to there, we'll get how wide the lower part is in the 2-point perspective. Flat this part here, this, we'll get how the width right here in the 2-point perspective. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna join this point up to there. Let me put a mark on it for you. Point right there. Enter. Right? So if I draw a line from there, it intersects this line. So this line from this point, when you draw it to the vanishing point, you'll establish the first step of the right here. You'll establish this point there, right? So let me draw it. Vanishing point one, enter. All right. So I'm gonna change my layer to outline. Outline. It will be from this point to there and back to there. Turn off ortho to there. Enter. Yes. And then this line, I'm gonna draw a line somewhere darkening up the finished product. This line to this line and there. I will undo. So we're gonna this line wasn't correct, so let's delete it and do it again. Line from there to there. Enter. So we come back now. We have a 2-point perspective drawing of the given figure on the left of the screen, right? So we started off with our third angle drawing of a object drawn on the left of the screen. It resembles an L-shaped object, the letter L in the alphabet. And this is what the two-dimensional drawing, the three-dimensional drawing, specifically the 2-point perspective drawing. This is what it would look like in perspective, 2-point perspective. Was the video helpful? Did you finish the drawing? Good job if you had completed the drawing. All right, so this ends the video. And in the next video, we'll be looking at how do we draw a two-point perspective drawing that has a cylinder on included in the drawing, so we can actually locate the cylinder. If you're doing a building drawing, it could be the chimney. If you're doing a mechanical drawing, it could be the spindle or the shaft of on the object. Or see you in the next video. Bye.